What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my segment, The Rundown. If you're new to my channel, what The Rundown is basically where I cover everything current in boxing in one video. So you don't have to click around a whole bunch of videos. In one video, I'm going to try to go through all the tidbits and bullet points to get you guys caught up to speed. Instead of making separate videos, it also saves my workload, so I don't have to make separate videos on each topic. So let's get right into it. Adrien Broner. We know he's fighting, AB. He's fighting Shawn Porter June 20th. That's a great fight. That's one of the most anticipated fights for me personally that I'm looking forward to out of all the signed fights. It's a good fight. And Broner, I told you guys, I did a video. Make sure you check that out if you want more information. How he came out to where I'm from, the West Coast. He came out to the West Coast to finish his training camp and fully prepare. So Shawn Porter and Adrien Broner both training in Las Vegas. And as you know, he's using Big Bro's gym, getting a lot of work in. And he looks like he's in good shape. And that's all I can ask for. In the past, Broner sometimes balloons up in weight. And it doesn't look like it from the naked eye. It doesn't look like he's taking it seriously. But it looks like he knows what Shawn Porter is about and what he brings. And he's lean and he looks good, ready, in shape. That's what I'd like to see, so I'm anxiously awaiting that. June 20th is a hell of a night for boxing. You got Broner Porter, you got the return of Andre Ward versus Paul Smith, and then also David Lemieux versus Hassan Nadam, which brings me into my next category. Now, they did the public workout with David Lemieux, and one thing I noticed, he looked pretty big. I don't know if he's going to have any problems making the weight limit of 160, but he looked pretty big. I know he's not necessarily a cut-up dude. He's just kind of like a stocky type dude, but even more so than that, what I did notice was it looked like he had a shiner, aka a black eye. So that things like that happen, cuts, bruises, and stuff in sparring. Hassan Nadam's not necessarily a puncher. He's not necessarily a big puncher. He's more of a boxer, fundamentally sound worker, boxer. And I thought it was interesting that David Lemieux, because David Lemieux, I also did a video about anticipated fights that I would like to see in like the third or fourth quarter of this particular year. One of those fights would be Triple G versus David Lemieux if he were to win against Hassan Nadam. But let me know what you guys think of him getting a black eye. Who are you guys picking for David Lemieux versus Hassan Nadam? How does that particular fight play out? I think that's a good fight. And then also Artur Beterbiev, who's really running through his competition, knocking people out. He just signed a long-term pact with none other than Al Haymon. Al Haymon's stable just continues to grow. He's getting bigger and bigger. On the channel, I told you guys a while ago to watch for Artur Beterbiev. He has wins over Sergey Kovalev in the amateurs, although they both dispute how it went down. The fact is he won in the amateurs. And he's in the same division as Kovalev, so that might be a future fight if they can't make Kovalev versus Adonis Stevenson. So I'm really looking forward to Artur Beterbiev and Al Haymon hopefully getting him some exposure. As you know, he's just running through the competition. His last fight, I believe, was against Campillo, who, in my opinion, got robbed versus Tavoris Cloud when Tavoris Cloud was undefeated before the B-Hop fight, and he got robbed. So he was a solid veteran at best, and he just ran through him like it was nothing. So I'm looking forward to see what's next. Like I said, maybe Adonis Stevenson for Artur Beterbiev, since they're both with Al Haymon. If they could build up to that, that's a great fight. Beterbiev has a low-level opponent coming up, like a stay busy type of fight. So I'm anxious to see what that's going to be like with him partnering. It's, to me, the good thing is Al Haymon has a lot of influence in the game and a lot of power. And Artur Beterbiev is originally from Russia. He relocated, I believe he's in Canada. That's where he resides. That's his second home, if you will. So anytime you can get into the U.S. market through an influential guy like Al Haymon, that's a good thing. And that brings me to my next topic, which is Carl Frampton. Now, I did a video about Carl Frampton, who also signed to Al Haymon. And this is a good look for me, too, because, again, anytime you got guys who they're already building their brand in other areas, and then you bring them to the States, that's just a good look. And what other way than to use Al Haymon, his network, his channels. He's on every major channel, NBC, CBS, etc., etc. So I think it'll be a good look for Carl Frampton. Now, he's going to be fighting in July in Texas, El Paso, Texas. His opponent is just like a stay busy fight. I'm not even familiar with his opponent, Alejandro Gonzalez, and he's going to be fighting on CBS July 18th. Again in El Paso, Texas, which is kind of a weird location. As you guys know, Carl Frampton's from Belfast, so he's Irish. And I mean, I don't really know. I got family in Texas, but I'm not really sure what the Irish community is like in Texas. I think I don't know. I don't know much about the card, but it seems like kind of a weird location. If anything, if Carl Frampton is the headliner of this card, I think a better spot would be in Boston, like they did James DeGale and Andre Dirrell. That was a good fight. The atmosphere seemed cool, and I do know I've been to Boston. I do know there's a Irish community in Boston. Even on the East Coast, like places like Philly and New York, they all have pretty good, significant Irish communities in places like that. But especially Boston. So I see like that would probably be a better location than Texas. But again, I don't know who all is on the card, so maybe Frampton's not the headliner. Maybe they're just trying to they just picked a venue or whatever. But shout out to all my fans from Ireland. I see on the YouTube analytics, I got some fans in Ireland that view the videos. Shout out to Belfast. And the last thing that I want to cover on this video is Martin Murray, who just recently lost to Triple G. He got stopped, I believe, in the 11th round. He will be moving up in weight. So I guess when you mess with Triple G, you either disappear or you move out of the division. That's what type of beast Triple G is. But yeah, Martin Murray, he's going to be moving to 168. So I'm anxious to see how that works out for him. I mean, you got guys like James DeGale, Andre Ward, Anthony Dirrell, Andre Dirrell. So I don't really know how Martin Murray fits in. I think he's solid, but I just don't really understand the move unless he has trouble making weight or something. When he looks like a pretty big dude, a built dude. So I think that might be it. Maybe it's just too hard in training camp. Maybe he feels he'll have better power. But, I mean, there's some killers up at 168. So good luck, best of luck to him. Make sure you like this video. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.